Hey, what's going on?
Loosey Goosey Chime Time.
How are you?
Welcome back, everybody. Big Daddy Russ Horton, Leah and Leah. We're back on location at the Appellation once again. Just pigging out on some French fries. They are absolutely dynamite.
Appellation fries rock, buddy. I'll tell you.
They're amazing. Right. Are you kidding me?
Some starchy carbs while I take my meds, but yeah, it's been a very cold week.
Yeah, it's been. Well, last Friday was really cold, and but it's January.
It is,
and it's Ontario.
These 2 months are the ones that really kind of kick you in the teeth, right?
Yeah, January, February. Once you get past there, we're in the playoffs in hockey, and then weather's getting warmer, and people are hanging outside.
Welcome back to our Loosey Goosey show about town. We do every single week for you. We love bringing them to you every single week. And like I said, this week we are at the Appellation Public Drink House in Georgetown, Milton Hills, Ontario. They've got a really cool special on. Just for our viewers. This is just for you guys. You say you heard it on our vlog here. You can save up to 35% on anything on the menu on takeout.
Excellent.
35%.
Yeah.
That's a good savings, man. I wasn't thinking he was going to go that high.
Yeah, well, you know, Manny is a hard-working man, and the Appellation stand-up business in Halton Hills.
Yep.
And we're so happy to be working with him.
Yeah, definitely.
And now next week everything's going to get back to normal. Now I don't know if Larry's coming back in with the.
I think that all that stuff's going to slowly come back in. That's not all going to be a big rush, and really going to see how many people want to get out. People are going to want to get out, being cooped up again with this latest lockout. We do want to mention this weekend up until Sunday night, they're going to be doing $15.95 Danish ribs, I think she said it was.
Yeah. Baby back Danish.
Baby back ribs.
Danish baby back.
Danish baby back ribs, $15.95, comes with fries, coleslaw. Phenomenal. If anybody knows Kitchen Manny, they know how good of a cook he is.
Oh, he's an excellent cook.
These fries are just, they're outstanding.
Stop
They're
it.
hand cut. They're not frozen, people. These are fresh fries, and they're amazing.
And this is going to be our trademark now. We're going to be eating,
while we're doing the show.
While we're doing the show, because basically we're loosey goosey. We're not, network, CTV, CBC kind of people. We're backwoods. We wear dinner jackets right here. By the way, I wanted to show you the Acton dinner jacket quickly here.
Yeah, let's make sure these are out of the way.
Yeah.
Keep that.
And this is the sleeve. It says the official Acton dinner jacket. You can show it there, and it has our logo, and you can have a logo of any of the radio stations or the Air Radio Network on your jacket. But they're basically Halton Hills online.
Logos.
Yeah,
one
multiple.
on each side.
Yes, exactly.
Do FM 108 on one side and Halton Hills online.
And if you wear this in Acton, you become a celebrity. I'll tell you right now, we've been selling them like hotcakes.
I go into the Sobeys and stuff, and people do, come up and talk to me.
Well, the manager.
Oh, you're the guy on Facebook.
Yeah, I get that all the time. Aren't you on the Facebook? Yeah, I'm on the
Facebook.
But we are really excited about our dinner jackets, and
they're very warm.
Very
in this
warm.
weather, it's not a problem, and they're not huge and bulky.
No.
So you get in the car, you don't feel like you're the Michelin Man.
George Costanza in his big
jacket. Remember that?
All right, so we're brought to you, of course, by, as always, Max Tires, and in a few weeks we'll be putting the springs on. The spring,
fingers crossed. Anyway.
And we're almost in February, and 905-873-9255. They also fix vehicles. Hello to Fred's Towing, of course, and Easy Taxi, all looking for people to work. A lot of business, not only Fred's and Easy, looking for people to work. People don't seem to want to work.
Well, it's funny because you got all these servers that have been off. Tammy's been lucky here in a sense that she's at least still being able to work. Yeah. But I'm sure there's a lot of other servers out there that are looking forward once we get back on Monday. I guess
next week, guys, is the rest of your life. Let's get back to it, and a lot of, especially cab companies across Canada, are having problems hanging on to people, and people in not only in the cab, in the transportation business.
Unfortunately, in the cab business too, it's a pay-as-you-go kind of thing. It's not an hourly pay, right?
You can make some good bucks, and it's a great service. Easy Taxi has been in this town for, how many years?
Yeah.
Uber doesn't come up here much.
They don't like it.
You've got
not for a $10 fare.
No, they won't come up here. So we try to take care of you as best we can, but you have to understand during these times that we're very short on staff, like other businesses are everywhere. And sometimes at night it gets a little dicey. But if anyone's looking to drive a taxi, 877-9900, give them a call. And Max Tires, of course, naturally, they're just amazing prices on tires. Now, the big story, I guess, is Monday, right? Across Halton region, Halton Hills in Ontario, we are opening up again. And that's the big story. Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health mentions Ontario and us here in Halton Region have made it through the worst of the Omicron, as we said last week. And based on the current stabilization, he says, of Ontario's testing strategy, the key monitoring indicators are likely reflective of a real decline until the next one comes along.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
As of Monday, social gatherings to Halton Region and across the region can increase to 10 people indoors and 25 outdoors. Nobody wants to be outdoors right now.
That's what I was thinking when I read that. Yeah, let's go out party, guys.
It's only 30 below in the
We'll
shade.
do the show in the garage next week.
Let's not. Yeah.
Next week they're talking about freezing rain, like Wednesday-ish. They're talking 2 days of just constant snow and freezing rain and cold temperatures and.
So anyway, restaurants, theaters, casinos, they're allowed to operate at 50% capacity. Proof of vaccination, of course, they're going to ask for that. Sporting events, concert venues can operate at 50%, whichever is less, I guess, or capacity of 500 people, whichever.
Right.
And the same applies to religious services, ceremonies as well. So we're going to try again to dig out of this hole that we've been in for 2 years and hope that we can make some progress before they kick us in the teeth again and say, you're all locked down again. There's a new Stay Puft Marshmallow Man variant coming over the hill there.
When they're making sequels and prequels and all of this to a bad B movie that it is, it's just ridiculous. Like I said to you earlier, I've just had a hard time dealing with social media lately because it's just the negativity and the anger that people have out there.
Well, the truckers, we'll get to that in the next show, but the truckers have been taken over by others.
Well, the thing that kills me is this whole trucking thing wasn't even put together by the Ontario Trucking Alliance Association. There was no formidable, reputable people backing this convoy thing. This was a renegade. Even the girl that started the GoFundMe page, she had no plan on what they were going to do. And if you have anything over $20,000 in a GoFundMe page, they will not release the money unless you can show to them what you are going to disperse the money to. It's not just sort of we're going to send somebody $10,000.
That's the way it should be.
They've released $1 million of it. There's $6.5 million of it. They've released $1 million of it because that's all she could show she could allocate at this point. Now those numbers will grow because of what's going on, but
I wouldn't want to pay gas driving across Canada right now on a truck.
There's a lot of news that they're not telling you. People, don't Google your research. Get online and not just Google. Research it completely if you're going to research it and yak about it. There's a lot of back issues that are going on with this whole trucking convoy thing. I'm not saying either yay or nay, but regardless, whether we tell them to vaccinate, if they're going to cross the U.S. border, they have to be vaccinated according to the U.S. government. So the whole thing that they're arguing about is moot.
But you know what? That's part of the takeaway I've had from it is that it's not just about that. It's overall. The lockdowns, just the freedom of speech.
Well, no, it didn't start that way though. It didn't start that way. They loaded all this other stuff on top of it to back what they were doing. And I'm not saying they're wrong and I'm not saying they're right. I'm just stating the facts that when it first started, it was all about the vaccines. When everybody debunked the vaccine thing because of the U.S. government mandating that they had to be vaccinated, not just the Canadian government, the U.S. government's done the same thing. So what border they cross doesn't matter. They have to be vaccinated. So that got slammed down. Well, then all of a sudden they jumped on, now it's about gas. Now it's about equal pay. Now it's about this and that. And all I'm saying is that the whole thing, when it was organized, if you really look at it from start to beginning, it is very renegade. and it was not the proper way to do it.
It's already-
and two, it is going to accomplish absolutely nothing.
I'm
As
just
long as the
hoping
Liberal
it doesn't get
government is in
violent.
play,
I'm just hoping it doesn't get violent in Ottawa,
yeah,
and it
as
could.
long as the Liberal government's in play,
their best not
they're
to be
they're
that
wasting
way.
their
Hope
time.
not.
I'm sorry, they just wasted a ton of money and a ton of time because the Trudeau will not back down from this. I know
Well, he's
he won't.
sick anyway.
He won't.
Well, he's not sick.
He's not
but
sick,
He's
he's-
been in contact.
He's sick, all right.
He's watching the Brady Bunch on the
I'm
couch.
sorry, as long as the Liberal government's and hey, PC government's so far right wing the other way, that could be trouble too. So it's just
Right.
it's a no-win situation for everybody, and I think that's where my point lies in the basis of everything. It's a no-win situation for everybody, and you get a lot of more people angry in a time when we shouldn't be angry.
Yes and no. I think some of it hasn't been that way because you look at the numbers that are unifying and working with solidarity, and that's vaxxed and non-vaxxed. This is not all non-vaxxers that are doing this. This is trucks.
There's that aspect, too.
A lot of the truckers, they're also vaccinated that are going into this. So you got it's a real melting pot of all kinds of stuff.
And that's why I say this is what they've turned it into, because they've brought so many issues to light that you kind of go, what's it really about? Well, really, it's about COVID, everybody. It's not government, it's not the guy next to you, it's not your neighbor that's vaxxed or not vaxxed. It's COVID everybody's mad at. And I'm going to eat some fries.
Normally do like, chicken.
Very good.
You
I
had
love
too
the
much
apple
gravy. I didn't
fries.
see you lick it off.
You
The
tried.
weather. The weather is cold.
This is it.
Huh?
This should be the top news. We've had a cold week, man.
Yeah.
With dropping once more, and a cold warning has been issued by Halton Public Health for the Friday and the Saturday. Sunday we're supposed to get back into some more seasonal temperatures, I guess it is. I think is a better word for it. And by mid to next week, we could be looking at milder temperatures of freezing rain.
Well, we were colder than a Calumet last week, and
Yeah.
Yellowknife and Whitehorse, and
That whole region's been cold all this winter.
oh yeah.
Like all this winter. It's
What,
been
the
cold.
north, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Great
always
White
cold,
North.
man. It's
Great White North.
Nanook of the North.
Yeah, but even, you
Better
see-
known as Neil Cotton.
You see cities like, Edmonton, Calgary, and stuff like that.
They've been warm this week,
Yeah, finally.
but up north it's been cold, and Ontario has had the cold weather, and the eastern portion of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Halton Public Health warns that exposure to cold weather can increase your risk of cold-related injuries, including frostbite and hypothermia. These injuries can result in severe health consequences, and just make sure you're bundling up, because a lot of people right now are doing that, just to get out there doing the trail hikes, trail walks, right? So make sure you're dressed warm, and your doggies are dressed warm. And
Make
you're
sure
picking up
that you
their
wear
poop.
your proper footwear, not like Big Daddy coming in his slippers last
there
week.
last week,
I
yeah.
forgot all about wearing my slippers.
I
last
checked
week.
when you came out the door. I wanted to make sure you
I got
still
my
had
sandals on with socks, of course.
Yeah.
I'm no dummy.
He's over 60. He can wear sandals
that's
and socks now.
Halton Regional Police responded to Halton Hills neighborhood Wednesday for an in-person crisis, spending hours on the scene into the evening on Wednesday. The road was closed down most of the day, as a matter of fact. Heavily armed tactical officers, police dogs responded to Eleanor Crescent around lunchtime on Wednesday, which is right behind the Appellation, as a matter of fact, over here.
Yeah, just around
in
the
Moore
corner
Park.
here,
Our officers have contained the incident to the single residence, they said at the time, and the investigation is ongoing currently. Eleanor Crescent and Moore Park Crescent were shut down completely. Police mentioned, adding that there was a heavy police presence in the location. You know what they did with the kids? They brought them in through Carruthers in the back and through the school. They had to, because they'd shut. The kids had to go home, so they brought them in Carruthers Road where it ends there. At the
Oh,
dead
okay,
end,
yeah.
around the back. But it was all clear by 6:30. And remember, folks, if you're having a problem, a lot of people are right now.
Yeah.
Don't be. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
Find some help. And
It's Mental Health Week. This has
it
been
is.
Mental Health Week. So
nothing is more important than
No.
mental health. It should be on
And
the
again,
top of our agenda.
like he said, this is nothing to be ashamed of.
Absolutely.
And especially more so in these times. It's put pressure on people that are some of the strongest people out there.
Well, there was another problem there a couple of weeks ago over on Wiley Circle, I guess it was.
Yeah.
With another person
It's
in crisis,
scary,
and
you know?
it is.
Like, we had one night, we were practicing in the garage one night, this is about 3 summers ago, and we're playing our tunes, and across the street we've got 4 tactical guys, 2 of them with dogs, the other guys are walking around with sub-automatic machine guns in their hand, all done in tactical gear. It's like, it's scary.
Sure it is.
Very scary. So, another story.
But the police do their job well.
Yeah, and let them do their job.
Yes.
Halton police have charged a 32-year-old Acton male in relation to indecent acts in September 2021 and January 2022, so very recent. There were 2 alleged incidents of an indecent act at different areas of the town of Acton. Both incidents, police state the male approached an adult female in his vehicle and started a conversation before exposing himself. During a third incident, the male approached a 14-year-old female and offered to give her a ride in his vehicle. I'm lucky this guy didn't see us. The male has been charged with criminal harassment, 2 counts of committing an indecent act. He was released on an undertaking. The vehicle used during this incident is listed as a black 2019 Buick Encore. Police are asking anyone with information to contact Detective Constable Kim Williams of the 1st District Criminal Investigation Bureau, or you can also go through Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS.
And please be careful, especially females, when you're walking. It doesn't matter, late at night, early in the morning, after, it doesn't matter. If you're approached by anyone, walk away. And
unless you know them.
Do not trust anyone. You know, males too, not only females, but
danger.
especially the gals. You know, this is our community, and we like being watchdogs, but we can't be there all the time. And let the police deal with this and properly. And thank God that they found
Try
the
to
guy.
get some kind of IDing mark on them, so you can ID them.
Exactly.
You know,
license plate of a car,
something.
color like that. Right. All right. So in a January 25th posting, you know how bad it is in Limehouse getting a cell phone or internet or anything.
Really bad. Yeah.
January 25th posting, Milton Liberal MP Adam Van Coverden. He stated that the federal. Is it?
Yep.
What is it?
Hooverden.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Adam Van Hooverden.
Van Coverden stated the federal government is putting up $123,400 in funding to connect 310 homes in Flamborough and Halton Hills to high-speed internet. All right, and this gentleman mentioned the investment breaks down into $39,400 for 47 households in the Carlisle area and $84,000 for 263 households in the Limehouse area. And the funding announcement was put forth virtually during a Zoom call that was interrupted several times by lewd videos and crude reactions from internet trolls. Why? This gentleman mentioned the COVID-19 pandemic has really shown that reliable high-speed internet access is a must in our increasing digital world. We have to stay up with this.
It's good to see, because I know Clark Somerville's been working on that for our area as well. That, you know, the CRTC brought that mandate in. The Canadian government actually brought it in to the CRTC, then they mandated it. I'm talking almost 4 years ago. So it's taken that long for them to get off their butts and get this done. But they're getting it done, which is dynamite. You know, Carlisle's a lot like Limehouse. It's about the same size.
About
really.
the same size.
They're about the same size.
And,
Beautiful little area there.
Yeah, so it'd be good to have, you know, because you lose your cell phone in Limehouse. It's gone. You know, you can't even get calls coming in.
No, I know.
They happen, but you don't hear them. So we got to fix that.
Or
problem.
you hear them and they don't hear you, or whatever.
You know, I mean, Lenny and Lenny from Limehouse. You know, they're back in the deep woods. Do you know how you Lenny and Lenny?
They can still get the phone cops after them.
Yeah, that's true. Lenny and Lenny from Limehouse are 2 characters on my radio show, and you can always find Lenny and Lenny at the end of that long drive on the 6th line where the school buses used to be.
Right.
And then they moved them in the church when they. So they're at the end of that long driveway, and the dead giveaway it's their house, are the leather masks on the porch. That's a dead giveaway. And they haven't had cable in years, matter of fact. Or running water, as a matter
there's
of
not
fact.
ball gag hanging beside them, we're okay.
All right, what's going on with the town?
Town of Halton Hills is asking or letting people know about Black History Month this February with a series of experimental and educational programs presented by Cultural Services and the Halton Hills Public Libraries. For a complete schedule of activities throughout the month, visit the town's website and follow along also on social media. Mayor Rick Bonnett will recognize Black History Month at an upcoming February 7th council meeting as we continue to shape our community as an inclusive and equitable place to live, work, and play. It's essential that we learn from the legacy and engage with the stories of Black Canadians this month and throughout the year, which I agree with.
Absolutely.
You know, like I'm not saying there shouldn't be a Black History Month. It's great that they do, and I love it. But it's like the same thing I always say about Valentine's Day. You should tell your wife you love her every day. You don't need to do it just on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, exactly.
You got-
That's coming up too, isn't
Yeah.
it? Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's around the corner as well. So
The Green Party of Ontario is proud to announce that Ryan Caro has been nominated as its candidate for Wellington, Halton Hills, ahead of the 2022 provincial election. Are we having another one? All right. We have, as a mother and member of the Wellington Halton Hills community, Ryan wants to create a better future for our children and grandchildren. So Ryan Caro is the new candidate for Wellington Halton Hills for the Green Party. So there you go there. And that is a brand new, hot off the wire as of Thursday.
you know,
I guess.
it's funny when I look at a lot of the politicians in the States and in the U.S. How come they're all so old?
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the states, right?
The House Speaker is 81 years old.
Is he?
She.
There must be a lineup of walkers out in the hallway.
Like it's got to be.
Eh?
Really? Like look how
The
old
chamber.
the presidents are.
Yeah.
Look how old.
Put your walkers to the right.
Well, he wasn't too bad, but like look at the history of it. Is it crazy? You look in the Congress, and it's like you say, all the scooters lined up. It wouldn't be walkers there, buddy. They'd have all the
You got
Cadillac scooters
That's
lined
right.
up.
And they're all, and half of them in the audience are like this, nodding off. Did the president say something?
We love talking about our local athletes and or celebrities or whatever you want to call it. Sarah Villani.
Villani. Sarah
I don't want to get that one
Villani.
wrong. Sarah Villani was curious about other avenues for her athletic career when she went to RBC Training Ground in 2018. And after posting top results and putting up a strength record at the annual Talent Identification Combine, there were no shortage of possibilities for the javelin thrower and HEPA athlete as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many sports organizations reached out to
sticking.
her, including Bobsled
sticking
Canada.
with
Her initial thought was that bobsled is for crazy people. I don't think so. I think bobsledding is one of the better ones. So instead, she took some time to study rowing, and then rowing itself was intense. She found it very serene and calming to be on the water. And then we switched to indoor training and got ergometers. Never heard of that. And puke buckets came
Puke
out.
buckets. That's what
Yeah.
gave it away. There. Puke buckets.
Puke buckets came out. I said, "Oh, this sport is not for me."
Not for me.
So she went back to the bobsleigh, and she found a huge mix of strong athletes, especially physically. Like you got to be, and mentally as well.
You got to be ready for that, baby.
With a lot of them having really an eclectic backgrounds, including football, rugby, hockey, basketball, and of course herself track and field. And it also brought out her athletic strengths. So Vanilli is part of another amazing group called the Olympians. After being named to the Canadian bobsled team, the 25-year-old will team up with pilot Melissa Lototz and compete in the two-women bobsled. And Sarah is from Norval, and we are very proud of this
very
young
proud.
athlete who's from Halton Hills and competing in the upcoming Winter Olympics. So we've got some woman power, and we got
We're
some
going to have
local
to
power. I
make
love
a
the
note.
Olympics. I watch them.
Oh, it's great. It's
I
coming
love the
up next week.
It's like 4 women now.
February 3rd, I think.
Months.
Yeah.
February 3rd, I think it starts.
We're going to have to make a note of all of our athletes and follow them every day. I can just go to the CBC website and we'll try and tell you when they're playing, when they're
We'll try to keep you
when they're
apprised,
competing.
yes.
And of course, very exciting. it's a hard time for the world. Oh, save me some of that, man.
And they're over there.
I gave them a fork. Can you use it?
I know.
Doesn't matter. We're all friends here. Here we are in COVID eating fries off the same plate, but we're in the same bubble. We have to tell everybody that we're in the same. Him and I hang out. We're not going to be wearing masks 24/7 because we spend more time together anyway.
I'm just laughing.
We run 3 radio stations, so
Of course, we're going to be spending time together. The town of Halton Hills believes that governments, community groups, and organizations have a shared responsibility to contribute to residents' quality of life and well-being. To support this approach, the municipality established the Community Partnership Program to allocate municipal funds and resources to support community-based activities, events, and initiatives that align with the town's priorities. Meeting with the needs of residents through a collaborative approach of working alongside community organizations is an excellent example of what makes our municipality so special, and that's according to our Mayor, Rick Bennett. I would like to thank these organizations for working with us to keep residents in our community connected and engaged. I like the way the town get involved with things.
and keep everybody apprised too. Keep them up.
Keep the morale up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to miss Rick when he's gone. And as we keep mentioning every week that, he's not running again. Who's going to run? That's going to be our big story, I guess.
It's gonna be
we don't know yet.
I know. And you know what? I really think
Lee's going to run.
I know. Yeah, I'll do it for a lark.
You can be a French fries candidate. By the way, these fries are absolutely delicious.
And we're still
From
eating
the
them, and
Appalachian.
they're cold, and they're still good.
Well, it's the gravy, man.
Well, that too. That
And the
helps.
fact that they're fresh cut. These aren't McDonald's fries,
No,
folks.
these are definitely not McDonald's fries. Don't ever say that. Very, very bad. Very, very bad.
Nothing wrong with their fries, but it's not.
We got another local athlete story to talk about. Sarah Filler was too young to even register for hockey, maybe 4 or 5 years old, but she already owned a full set of equipment. And every time she got in the ice, she would insist on wearing all of it. Obviously, just loves hockey. Good, true Canadian gal. We'd go public skating at Memorial Elcott, or the Memorial Arena or the Elcott, and she'd wear all the gear. She mentioned her dad, Dave. She'd be ripping around the ice and wearing her helmet, and gloves, and pants, and the whole 9 yards. Well, most recently, the 21-year-old, along with her teammates on Team Canada, ended a 9-year drought by beating the U.S. at the World Championships. In the World's debut, Filler's third period goal, 25 seconds after Finland tied up the game 3-3, proved to be the winner in Canada's 5-3 Canadian victory. Now our own Sarah Filler of Georgetown has a chance to make her mark again in the Olympics, and your whole hometown is behind you. We want to congratulate you on this, and we want to support, of course, all our Canadian athletes.
Can't wait to watch the gals play hockey.
Oh, I'm dying to see that. Congratulations to Jasmine Baird of Georgetown for making the Canadian snowboarding team at the Winter Olympics as well.
Wow.
We have
Wow.
some great athletic talent here in this town, and we got a lot to cheer about at our Canadian Olympics, especially in a time when we're in times like these.
Exactly, and it's something to cheer about for the world for a couple of weeks. And it's, it's and the fact it's in China.
Yeah, that's the regulatory stuff that's going on there has just got to be crazy.
But I'm looking forward to once all the bullshit is on one side and we get on with the games. Let's get on with the games.
Well, this is it. If we see maybe a bit of lax going on here, it might relax a little bit in China as well.
Did you ever play hooky when you were a kid? How about you, Leah? Play hooky?
And still pass the class.
She was telling me a story about a certain lady.
She's
on,
told us many stories about playing hooky.
When she was caught.
It was the 70s, okay?
When she was caught by her aunt, who owned a particular store.
But it was Kay.
Kay.
Very
Kay
close
used-
friend of the family.
Kay used to sniff her out when she used to cut class. Remember Kay's? Well, of course you do.
Oh yeah.
Great memories.
I
All
could
right.
only go there when I was supposed
Now-
to not be in class.
Yeah, that's right.
Now those days are over because Halton parents can now uncover details about absenteeism in their children's school through a new provincial reporting toy. It's already begun. The percentage of students and staff who are absent at each school throughout the province and across Canada will be posted online daily. Look out. While the initiative happens as part of the Ford government's pandemic measures, the figures will include all school absenteeisms, not just those related to COVID-19.
Right.
All right. So schools are no longer required to share info, by the way, about the coronavirus cases in the classroom. We'll instead let them know when overall school absenteeism reaches about 30%. But yeah, the old days of being a kid and cutting class are
Well, a lot of
gone,
times
baby.
too, parents have the Find Me app thing on their phones,
Yeah.
so they can actually track their kids where they are. So they,
If they don't turn it off.
you know, well, no, some of them you can't. Some of those the parents have to put a passcode in to be able to turn it off. So, you know, a lot of these new Find Me apps are attached to the kids' phones, so they know where the kids are.
I think basically the kids are just happy to get back to school.
Yeah.
Overall,
talking
you
to
know,
my grandson and my granddaughter, they were so happy to be back at school.
Sitting around the house, watching
It is.
TV, playing video
Yeah.
games may sound like fun, but after a while, it can really get on your nerves.
Tell me about it.
Especially when you're a kid.
Tell me about it. So yeah, so it's we get back to reality very, very soon. I want to remind you we're at the Appalachian, 35% off to any viewers that order takeout from the Appalachian. This is a special only for our vlog. So I do want to remind people of that.
Yeah, you have to mention the vlog and you'll get the deal.
You mention this vlog and you'll get 35% off.
One more very important thing, the
Up to
Milton
35%.
Film Festival. It's
Yeah, I saw this.
heading to Halton Hills, the 9th annual event, host in-person screenings here on Georgetown in Georgetown at the John Elliott Theater. We
Right.
call it the Jet. Those in the know.
Jet.
The Jet. The festival's actually going to start January 29th. Full week of virtual screenings. In-person screens will be on at the Jet from the 4th till the 7th of February.
Right.
So a lot of things happening in Halton Hills as well.
Yeah,
Things going
yeah,
on.
they had to move that from the Milton Performing Arts
Oh,
Center.
they're
here
closed
just 'cause
down
of
there.
COVID things, right?
That Milton building is beautiful.
Oh, it's
isn't it?
gorgeous, isn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Crazy.
There.
That whole
But
area, the way they've redone that whole area is just wow.
We'll take them at the John Elliott Theater because and there's another building that's just gorgeous. We've got so many wonderful buildings downtown Georgetown and Acton.
Yeah.
I love the old town hall in Acton. I love that.
Oh, they've done an amazing job.
The staircase is just something out of an old movie.
That
man.
youth center they built in
Yes.
the side there too, just absolutely outstanding. You know, kids
Now-
are looking for something to do. There's a youth center there. There's probably computers there that they can use and stuff like that.
We're getting some signs for the Appalachian for the Air Radio Network, for Halton Hills Online, for our 2 national radio stations that are all going to be up here. And starting in a few days, the Appalachian will be streaming our radio stations in here. So when you come in next week, sit down, have a beer, you'll be hearing our radio in the background.
Yeah.
We're very proud of our local radio.
Come in, order some food, get 35% off, up to 35% off your
No,
meal.
deal.
that's only up to Sunday.
Up to Sunday, yeah.
The Sunday.
Yeah, but they'll see this video.
And then there will be other specials.
Yes,
that you-
absolutely.
I bet you they will honor it.
And you can check the Appalachian website. They tell
there
you
will-
everything
exactly,
right there.
there
And
will
on
be
Facebook, across Halton Hills
Yeah.
Media, all of our stories. Well, you always know what's going on in the Appalachian because they sponsor our newscast every hour.
Mention the vlog and save money.
That's right. That's what you got to do.
That works.
Now, with the radio side of things, Bill Smith, of course, has the perfect new music mix on the weekend from 8 to midnight on Halton Hills Online, Saturday, Sunday night, commercial free. If you're into the newer music, it's commercial free, back to back. Bill is one of the best music bloggers in the world, and he is our music director, or one of them, here at the radio stations.
We see a big spike in listeners when he's on.
Yes, and our musicians, our local musicians, we're beefing it up from now on. We're going to have Musicians Week. This week, we're running Larry Melton on our shows.
Yep.
Leah played a couple there at lunchtime from Larry Melton.
I'll get you a bunch for Woody Woodburn next week. We'll get him on.
And this week coming up is Gord Friendly Week.
Right.
Gord's done some IDs for the local radio too, and Gord will be on a couple of times every day on one of our shows. Even the gatekeeper at night's getting involved in this.
Yep.
I slid it under the door because we stay away from the gatekeeper.
Oh, yeah,
Who's on after 7? Willie Wilkinson.
I fed him once. He took a bite out of me.
I'll tell you one thing, you got to keep your hands away from his mouth.
Yeah,
that's the big thing about the gatekeeper, you know, but he is a wonderful announcer, and just the voice, the old FM voice. Right. Willie's on from 7 to midnight. Don't forget Leah, she's on from 10 to 2, Monday through Friday. You're on from 2 to 6. I'm on in the morning with Peter, the piano player with a polyester tie, Timmy, Tommy, and Terry, the three tree fellers from Timmins. And if you think about that, it makes sense. Timmy, Tommy, and Terry, the three tree fellers from Timmins.
Tree fellas.
Yeah. It's a good day unless their saw's broken. I'm wandering here.
Then it's just a drinking day.
Yeah. But the Top 40 Timeline Breakfast from 6 to 10 will keep you smiling with the best music as well. And some great music trivia in the morning. We've got so much happening on Halton Hills Online. We've got Moose Tracks, of course, Best of Canadian, 6 to 7. And anything you wanted to add?
Nope, other than call the Appalachian, save yourself some money on it, some great food at 905-877-9888 or 68 Main Street North, Halton Hills, Ontario, Georgetown, whatever. And yeah.
Go down and see Rob and Sean and the gang. Or Sean actually is in Pakistan on vacation for a couple of weeks, lucky bugger.
Yeah.
But Rob is there, and of course we've got Max Tires, 905-873-9255. Hello to Sean in Pakistan watching, by the way. He does watch us.
He does watch.
And he's the big kahuna, we call him. And of course...
He waved back at me.
Yeah, that's right. But you have to remember to call us, 905-873-9255. And make arrangements because we're busy at Max Tires. And Fred's Towing says hi, Easy Taxi says hi, and they're both looking for people to work. People, come on, there's lots of money to be made out there.
Somewhere.
And great French fries. Oh, legendary. We'll save some for the next one.
I don't have it memorized like you do. Communities what?
Community
is driven by community.
Community is driven by community.
You navigate.
And we drive. All right.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have yourselves a great weekend. Be safe out there. We got some warmer temperatures coming. Monday, get out to your favorite restaurant, see some live music. Check out the Appalachian Public Drink House at 68 Main Street North. Thank you for watching. We'll catch everybody next week on the B-side.
It's the little house that rocks. The little room that rocks.
There you go.
There you go.
That sounds better too.
It does. Rolls right off the tongue.